Here. Let's stand for the pledge of allegiance, and afterwards we'll have a brief moment of silence. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, everyone, take your seats. The verification of notice.
This meeting is being held pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act of 1974, and all provisions of that act have been met with adequate notice of this meeting, having been published in the Township's two official newspapers on January 11, 2023, published on the Township website, and posted on the official Township bulletin board.
Thank you. All right, we have the first of three resolutions. We have resolution number 2023-76, resolution appointing Clifford Spencer as captain of the Mount Holly Police Department. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 2023-76.
Second. Second. Roll call.
Ms. Astor?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Burkus?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes. All right, resolution number 2023-76 has passed. Resolution number 2023-77, a resolution appointing Luke Adams as a full-time police officer of the Mount Holly Police Department. Can I get a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2023-77. I'll second it.
Second. We have a second. Roll call.
Ms. Astor?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Burkus?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
You.
Resolution number 2023-77 has passed. Resolution number 2023-78, resolution appointing Angelo Prince as a full-time police officer of the Mount Holly Police Department. Can I get a motion?
I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution number 2023-78.
Can I get a second?
Second.
We have a second. Roll call.
Ms. Astor?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Burkus?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes. Resolution number 2023-78 has passed. Let's give these individuals a round of applause as well. All right, now time for the swearing in of the new officers. This way?
I state your name.
I, Clifford Spencer,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution
Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey.
that I will bear true faith
I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state
and in this state
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of captain
of the office of captain
for the Township of Mount Holly
for the Township of Mount Holly
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
You want to be next?
Yes, sir.
All right. I state your name.
I, Lee Adams,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the the same,
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully, impartially, and justly perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of police officer
of police officer
for the Township of Mount Holly,
for the Township of Mount Holly,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. All right, thank you. And last but not least. I'm just gonna dunk it. I state your name.
I, Angelo Prince,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of New Jersey,
of the State of New Jersey,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same
and allegiance to the same
and to the governments established
and to the governments established
in the United States
in the United States
and in this state,
and in this state,
under the authority of the people,
under the authority of the people,
and I will faithfully,
and I will faithfully,
impartially, and justly
impartially, and justly
perform all the duties
perform all the duties
of the office of police officer
of the office of police officer
for the Township of Mount Holly,
for the Township of Mount Holly,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, good job, guys.
Right. So we're gonna open it up, start off with the captain, let's say a few words. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate it. I'll make it quick. Just thank my family, my mom, my dad, my wife, my kids, the reasons I get out of bed to do this job. Thank you to the citizens for believing in this police department and the community we serve. Thank you, council, for believing in us as a police department as a whole. Thank you, chief. Your guidance has been very, very important to me. And Mr. Brown, I don't know where he went, but thank you, Josh, wherever you are. So thank you, guys. That's all I have. Thank you.
Let's welcome our new officers, let's start with Luke. Let's say a few words.
I just want to thank you, the department and the township as a whole. Starting as class 1 2 years ago, everybody's treated me like family, and I can't thank you enough for the support, and I prefer to return the favor in the future.
I just want to thank my family, my fiance, the department, and the township as a whole for believing in me and taking me upon this role. I can't thank you guys enough for being in this position, and I can't wait to serve the community.
You guys are good? This council.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys, appreciate it. Thank you. Guys, thank you.
I believe it.
Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations on congratulations. Yeah, you're right.
Cannon? Sorry, Cannon? Glad you know.
We are back in the front row with nobody else up here. Good thing Lois is here.
All right. Move on with the rest of the meeting. Move on with the approval of the minutes from the May 15th, 2023 council meeting. Can I get a motion? Motion to approve. First. Second. You have a second? Roll call.
Ms. Astor?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Burkus?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, the next is an ordinance. This is the first reading only, so no public comments from or comments from council. Ordinance 2023-7, ordinance amending the code to establish guidelines concerning the general public's access to all township buildings and facilities. Can I get a motion?
Make a motion to approve ordinance 2023-7 on first reading.
Second. You have a second. Roll call.
Ms. Astor?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Burkus?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Thank you.
Ordinance 2023-7 has passed. Now this will be moved on to second reading later on. All right, matters presented by the public. Members of the public are invited to submit comments for the public comment portion of this meeting. The council pursuant to the Open Public Meetings Act will not publicly discuss personnel matters and may choose not to respond to comments made by members of the public during this portion of the meeting. However, the council will give all comments appropriate consideration and refer all individual complaints to the township manager or appropriate township representative for resolution. Each citizen will be allotted up to 3 minutes to speak in order to allow everyone an opportunity to express their opinions and concerns. All right, so we're gonna open up the public portion. Now, remember, most everyone must abide by the form of this meeting, so no public outbursts or anything like that. Make sure everyone is respectful of everybody's time too as well. I don't wanna have to limit someone's time for someone being out of context. All right. So starting with the first row, discussing.
Betty Jean Kessler, 418 Langstaff Avenue, Manhalley, New Jersey. I'd like to know the status of the tree branches that are interfering with the communication lines. And I'd like to also know from Mr. Brown why I still have not gotten the information regarding the Verizon Government Affairs representative, because my internet and Wi-Fi is still being disrupted constantly.
The government affairs representative is for government personnel, so they're not open to the public. And as stated in the letter, you have to contact Verizon regarding your service.
Is there a Verizon representative that I contact for them to call?
Call Verizon.
Okay. We'll find out.
Thank you. Anyone else in the first row? Louis?
Louis Lopez, 9811 Drive, Mount Holly, New Jersey. I just want to know how everybody well being doing, including Louis Brown, Jason, Mr. Banks, Carol. How are you doing this week?
Doing good. Good, thank you, Louis.
And second question is, congratulations to the new captain, and I'd like to watch this as a memory in YouTube and on Facebook Live, just to recognize how important people we got here. Second is, what is the style of the meal? I don't want to know about it. I want to know about it too. Whether it's to know the status, and have been any update on
Louis, what was it? Can you repeat the last thing you said?
Status of what, Lou?
the
Status of
mural? The mural.
Mural.
Yeah, I'm not saying wrong, but
No, it's okay.
and I want to know the update status to Grant Street, the little Grant Street behind Richard Dow's house and Grant Street. What's that little section? What's the status of the company gonna come in to knock over the tree, or what's the status? I want to know that. So what's the status of the property tax or the property debate of Mahoney Gardens? We still want question and answer before the deal ran out, just to say the people stay with their house. I know the mortgage is going up, but I want the property to stay at the same rate as it is. That's my concern. Thank you.
Thank you, Louis. Next row.
Maureen Taylor Ford, 117 Grant Street. Just trying to follow up, Mr. Mayor, if we have anything accomplished as far as a traffic survey.
Did you finish with the rest of you? Do you have any other questions in regards? I'll answer everyone's question at the end. Do you have anything else?
Yeah.
That's it? Okay, no trouble, sir. Next. Anyone else? Second row? Third row?
I'm relatively new to town. Kurt Coleman, 521 Homestead Avenue. Got a modest little home there that needs improving, like a lot of the homes in town. And I won't belabor you with the baptism of fire that I received, but in widening my driveway, my experience with Alimo Engineering has determined that there's a lot of people in this town that need help. When I put up $750 in escrow, normally to me that is so that I complete the job, so that the town may come in or make it whole in some way. What I found out is that that $750 was a hall pass for Alimo Engineering to conduct a billing spree and use up all that money. Now that's a separate issue unto itself that I'm going to take up most likely with the court, but the town has an issue too, because they basically hired Alimo Engineering. As a third party, yes, but the town hired them. Alimo Engineering nor the town provide zero disclosure as to any billing rates whatsoever. You just get this amount deducted. That's my first big problem. So when I talk to Rick Jr. and have a question on engineering, like in any town, if I go to Tom's River, I'm talking to their engineering department. Well, Alimo Engineering is the engineering department here in a small town. And I don't think anything otherwise. And nobody's telling me that the clock is running. Like the attorney meter bill is spinning. At the end of the day, there's no $750 left. There's $63 left. Now, the township also has a rule that within 30 days of request, I'm entitled to my money. When I made that demand, I think it was probably at least 90 days before Rick even turned his paperwork in for finality. The job was completed, not that this is all important, but December of a given year. Rick Alimo Jr. didn't turn it in for another 90 to 120 days. I can't even tell you how many times I was at the township, how many times I was over back and forth at Alimo Engineering on High Street and all the buildings. I was here to see the township manager half a dozen times. it was a big, interesting experience, I gotta tell you. And I am also in this profession. So if I got hoodwinked and I felt really bewildered, imagine what the average homeowner feels like. So that's one point and the reason I showed up tonight. And that's something that hasn't been finished. The second thing is for residential properties, they should not be subjected to the billing of Alimo Engineering to finance their super boxes and beach houses. We're not all trust fund babies and recipients in this room. So if there's an extra $500 or $700 that a homeowner has, they ought to be able to put it into their property, not Alimo family generations. And I would suggest that you have a committee, 1, 2, 3 people that have the flexibility to help these homeowners out for simple projects like driveways, the widening, whether it's a curb opening. And I gotta tell you, I was floored when Rick told me that we were gonna re-asphalt the section on Homestead Avenue, which by the way hasn't been paved in years, to DOT standards of like Route 295 or the Turnpike. Better than the entire town itself. So if you want a safe street, Homestead would be the place. But I ran out of money.
Okay. Thank you for your comments.
What is your name, sir? I only got your address.
Kirk Coleman.
KUHLMAN.
Anyone else in row 3?
Richard Dow, 232 Rutland Avenue. A few things here. First, I'd like to ask if the township clerk could clarify, it'd probably be going to the source, but there seems to be a process or a lack of a process regarding the Chapter 257 Township Tree Ordinance. According to the Tree Ordinance, Chapter 257, it's several pages, and it is necessary to have that permit for a builder to do subdivision, minor or large. And from what I've seen from documents submitted by a builder that's presenting, that's applying for a subdivision, that's not in the package. I'd like to know what the process is. From what I've been told or I've heard is the township clerk handles that permit and not the construction office. And certainly I looked at everything that's available in the construction office, and there's no permit request for trees, for that tree ordinance in that construction office. So I'd just like some clarification on what that process is. So I know where I stand when I speak before the joint land use board. The other thing, a couple other things would be, a couple of questions here. Does the council support initiatives such as open space preservation to counter the effects of climate change and flooding? I'd like to know that. Is the township applying for available grants, such as the one that I brought to your attention a few months back, to have the money to purchase these available lots to preserve some open space? And is the council committed to working with environmentalists that are tirelessly working to counter the climate change issues that we have in regards to, or at least at the same level as the county, which has the open space program, as well as an initiative along the creek, a green beltway. And we're blessed with an awesome, gem of this creek that goes through our town. We're doing a canoe ramp. We're starting to take, the opportunity to develop that creek to, for the township. But those are the questions I have. I think that's it. Thank you.
Mr. Dow. Anyone else in the third row?
Richard Dow, 232 Rutland Avenue. I left a message for the planning board secretary, Jill Torpy, several weeks ago. She never got back to me. I know several other people who have also left messages and have not gotten anything back. Obviously, that's required under the open law, among other things. I'd like to know if the township is willing or able to address this matter of concern. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else in row 3? Moving on to the last row.
Hi, I showed up tonight because I was told this is where I have to come to.
Name,
Can we have your name and
I'm
address?
sorry, Sharon Hutton, 35 White Street. I was told this is where I had to show up to address this concern, but what I did was because I best explained myself in written form, I drafted a letter, and I'm happy to drop it off, and then someone can call me and we can discuss it further. It's regarding a traffic situation that I feel is dangerous for the children and the residents along Charles and Church Street, and I almost got T-boned by some kid that went through the intersection at 40 miles an hour. And I keep getting these signals that I should say something. Today I was going down the street and there was this adorable young child in a little motorized car, and the mother's running after him, stop, stop, stop. And that is exactly the street that this kid was traveling, and I'm sure that there's more than one reckless driver. Most people are very courteous. But anyhow, may I drop off a letter because I have a splitting headache?
Sure.
Oh, jeez. I don't usually get headaches.
Pass it to Jim.
Okay. Okay, and I have a little map attached.
All right.
Pleasure to meet everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Ann. Anyone else in the last row? All right, we're gonna close the public portion. So moving on to the consent agenda. We'll address most of the questions that during our comment time towards the end. All items listed with an asterisk are considered routine by council and will be enacted by one motion. Should a council member wish to discuss a consent agenda item separately, that item can be removed from the consent agenda and considered in its normal sequence. Anything you want to remove and vote on separately from the consent agenda? Nothing? Okay, so we're gonna take resolutions number 2023-67 to resolution number 23-79, along with approval of the bill list and the department head reports with one motion.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda as read by the mayor.
Okay. We have a first, we have a second. Roll call?
Ms. Astor?
Yes.
Mr. Brown?
Yes.
Ms. Burgess?
Yes.
Mr. Jones?
Yes.
Mr. Banks?
Yes.
Thank you.
So the consent agenda has passed.
Is that ours?
All right, matters, moving on.
I was trying to follow.
Conclusion of this meeting. Matters presented by the township manager, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you. Matters presented by the township manager, Tom Mayor.
Mayor, thank you. Items I would have commented on were included in the agenda.
Okay. So we have matters presented by council. Let's start with Ms. Burton. Do you have any questions?
I don't have any questions. I want to thank everybody for coming out, and I want to just reiterate what a great night it is with some new fresh faces on our police force and some advancements for them. That's great to see. And I want to thank I know Jackie and Vince are here representing Main Street. You know, maybe a couple other people there, but thank you for your persistence and pushing through with the design for the mural. I think it's going to be was approved and is going to be a great benefit to the town. So everybody, if you haven't seen it, look for it coming soon. You're going to be really impressed, and it's exciting stuff. So thanks for your persistence and hard work.
Thank you.
That's it for me.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, to answer your question,
Yes.
Louise, the mural you were asking about, we just passed it. Like, the mural that Main Street proposed is in there. And then the other stuff, the gentleman that also lives on Rutland Avenue, but not Richdale. What was your name, sir?
My name is also Richard Bell.
Okay, just Richdale Jr. Okay. And I couldn't hear exactly. You said that you reached out to Jill Torpy with the planning board.
Yes, I left a message for her regarding more information about an application, and she did not get back to me.
Okay.
And other people have had the same issue.
And you left a message by phone or email?
Voicemail. On phone.
Okay.
Any other questions? Mr. Brown?
Yes. This Saturday, the 17th, we are having a barbecue for all senior citizens of Mount Holly. You're welcome to come. It'll be from 2 to 5. And we have a band there, and it's right up at the Veterans Park. Everything's free. Just welcome to come. Hope you come out. Thank you.
Mr. Jones?
Just if you do come out and wanna hang out, just reminder, bring a chair, blanket or something. Yes, ma'am. Veterans Park.
Define senior citizen?
Age
Age.
that you start at.
65. That's it.
If you're a senior citizen, you're a senior citizen.
Well, they won't give you social security until you're.
Well, what do you want, 55, okay?
All right, that works. Thank you. That's all we need to know.
Andy, that's what happened.
We'll just make each other.
But yeah, it's just, if you guys come and hang out, bring your chairs, blankets, you know, just to sit on the ground, just to sit in the open area of the park. There's really not much, area there to, benches or anything, so just wanna make sure everyone's comfortable when they show up and not just standing around. So, but other than that, thank you everyone for coming out, and it was a great night.
We will have tables there to eat on.
There will be some tables.
All right, so for me, I'd like to thank the officers, Captain Cliff Spencer, it's well deserved, be promoted, and also the new officers, Luke Adams and Angela. I want to say something else. That's why I didn't catch myself. Angela Prince, welcome to the force, welcome to Mount Holly. We look forward to you guys serving with us. And to address Ms. Ford's question, the traffic survey, we did contact the county, and I think that process is underway in terms of them getting back to us.
Do you have a name?
No, I don't have a name right now, because I don't have those notes in front of me, but we did contact the county, so we've been in touch. We'll let you know what they decide and see what move forward, okay? In regards to Mr. Coleman, I'll talk to Mr. Brown and see what, with the LIMO, and see what the status is of that, okay? And let's see who else we got. And Ms. Hutton, we got the traffic. Jim, make sure I'll talk to you this week in regards to that, make sure you share it with Josh and Sherry.
Absolutely.
And we'll look into that situation. And for Jill, Torby, question for the planning board. I don't believe the application has come about up to the planning board as of yet. So that could be a reason why she hasn't gotten back to you, but we'll touch base with Jill as well. Okay? All right, with that, I think we're done. I don't have any more comments. Just want to make sure I addressed everybody that I took notes on. And let's adjourn this meeting. Next meeting will be July 10th. We have an executive session and we have a council meeting on July 10th to follow.
Executive session if necessary.
If necessary, you'll see. All right, so we will adjourn this meeting at 6:34.
I need a motion.
Get a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? Second. All in favor? Aye. All right, thank you guys for coming out. You know, safe, because I know you're safe.
Okay.